There's always something a bit uncomfortable about mentioning the devil. Maybe that's why popular sayings warn us not to speak of the devil or he'll appear, or why we prefer to call him by one of his many aliases: Prince of Darkness, Fallen Angel, Old Nick, or quite simply, the Evil One. Pope Francis has no such qualms. He speaks openly about how we should always be on the lookout for the father of lies, even when it comes to how we approach liturgical traditions.
Quando la vita liturgica è un po' bandiera di divisione, c'è l'odore del diavolo lì dentro, subito. L'ingannatore, no?
Note that even Pope Francis uses a pseudonym for the Angel of Darkness, calling him the Deceiver, because deception is what the arch-fiend is best at, as the Pope made clear when he commented on the Gospel during the Chrism Mass during Holy Week this year.
Un'altra volta ha parlato dei demoni educati, no? Quelli che Gesù dice che sono peggiori che quello che è stato cacciato via, ma sono educati. Suonano il campanello, entrano e passo a passo prendono possesso della casa. Dobbiamo stare attenti, questi sono gli idoli nostri.
The Antichrist's greatest deception, according to the Pope, is to fool us into believing he doesn't exist at all, that he's nothing but folklore and fallacy, a story meant to scare the children.
Questa generazione, ma tante altre, ci hanno fatto credere che il diavolo era un mito, una figura, un'idea, l'idea del male. Ma il diavolo esiste e noi dobbiamo lottare contro di lui.
Fighting the devil starts with recognizing the devilish role he plays in spreading pain and suffering, in promoting inexplicable violence that devastates the weakest and most vulnerable, often through conflict and war. Pope Francis sees what is happening right now in Ukraine as a clear example of what he calls the diabolical folly of violence, and he proposes an antidote.
Gesù ci ha insegnato che all'insistenza diabolica, alla insensatezza diabolica della violenza si risponde con le armi di Dio, con la preghiera e il digiuno.
During a recent interview, the Pope again referred to Russia's invasion of Ukraine and warned how Lucifer often tricks us into believing something ugly is attractive, how he twists our logic into thinking that even war can be something honorable. Pope Francis was even more explicit in calling out the evil one when he spoke to families and young people during a visit to Romania in 2019.
Il maligno divide, disperse, separa e crea discordia, semina diffidenza. Vuole che viviamo distaccati dagli altri e da noi stessi. Lo Spirito, al contrario, ci ricorda che non siamo esseri anonimi, che non siamo esseri astratti, esseri senza volto, senza storia, senza identità.
There will always be those who scoff at the idea of there being a diabolic dimension to the war in Ukraine or the wars being fought elsewhere in the world. But when horror and cruelty become so unspeakable, it's hard not to acknowledge there are more sinister powers at work. So when Pope Francis does denounce the great deceiver, he's really just giving the devil his due.